Modern-day feminism wanted equality for all. But what if it has actually caused the creation of the divide? Men and women are more separated than ever before, with confusion, frustration, and mistrusting the other sex. We live in a time where independence is praised, but interdependence is mocked. In this video, I want to challenge your beliefs about modern-day feminism and why feminism has potentially destroyed relationships and dating altogether. And this was never done from ill intent, but it did kill polarity. It did kill trust, and it did kill connection between men and women. All in the process of empowering women, we have disempowered ourselves in relationships. Not so long ago, relationships were seen as a union. The two energy of the masculine and feminine dancing together in balance and harmony. And feminism wanted equality and fairness for everyone. At its root, this was the message of feminism. But somewhere in the process of the growth and development of feminism and all the ways that it has gone through in history, this message turned from equality to sameness. Women are now wanting to be like men. And when we decide to all be the same, polarity is gone. Attraction dies. The natural, beautiful tension between men and women, between the masculine and feminine that creates love, attraction, desire, and purpose, was killed when women were expected to behave like men. Some of you might know that I study Zen Buddhism, and Zen Buddhism has taught me a lot about love and connection. And this is one of my favorite quotes of the Buddha. If you like a flower, you pluck it. But if you love a flower, you water it daily. And that is what is missing in our current day society. We're so independent that we forget that we need to water other people, other relationships, and our partner and the people that we love in our lives. We are so focused on ourselves, on going solo. Men and women are going their own way instead of trying to understand the other person. We choose disconnection over connection. Now, according to a research from 2024, 63% of young men say they feel completely disconnected from women, while 57% of women under 30 report they no longer trust men to lead in relationships. And it's not just feminism that is to blame. It is our online culture of social media and toxic online influences that put fuel on the fire. But yes, it is most likely feminism that kickstarted this imbalance and the creation of this divide that we're now experiencing. Young women are being told that they don't need men, and young men are being told to suppress their masculine nature. And what is the result? A world where we both feel unseen, unloved, misunderstood, and inauthentic to our true nature as men and women. Now, in this video, I want to talk about two important points regarding this topic. How feminism disbalanced polarity and how this has caused a loss of attraction, and how the gender divide that we now see is creating resentment instead of unity. I'm not sure how many of you have studied Zen Buddhism, but in Zen Buddhism, balance is everything. And one that is probably most familiar to you guys is yin and yang. Now, the philosophy of yin-yang is that you have two opposite yet complementary forces that need each other to be whole. And masculine and feminine energy are like that too. Strength and softness, logic and emotion, doing and being, and structure and flow. However, modern feminism has blurred these lines. Modern women are being told from a young age that in order to succeed in life, they need to embody the masculine energy. They need to pursue like men do. They need to compete like men do. And they need to compete with men. And they need to control outcomes. And feminism has told young modern men that they need to surrender their masculine energy, to soften and be more gentle, and not step into leadership, but yield and obey. But you cannot have attraction without polarity, just like you cannot have fire without friction. Everything starts with a spark. And the difference between two energy is what starts this. But modern relationships miss this. Modern relationships don't want us to be different. We need to be the same. And modern dating cultures and toxic paradigms online have taught us that needing another person is weakness, while it requires immense courage to trust someone with your heart. And Zen Buddhism teaches us that true strength and true power comes from balance and not from dominance. When we learn to understand each other and when we learn to respect each other's energies and the value of masculine energy and of feminine energy, we see that the connection becomes natural and it flows effortlessly because we are back in harmony and balance with each other. Modern day feminism has promoted and encouraged sameness between men and women. We have lost this beautiful and important dance that was between the masculine and feminine energy. And because of this, relationships have now turned into a power battle. Feminism told women that they could have it all: independence, career, freedom. And it's fantastic that women can have that all in our current day and age. And it's very important that we have that and acknowledge that and keep fighting for that for women across the world. But what many women weren't told is that feminism and liberation and independence does not mean that you have to do everything alone. At the same time, men heard that they were the problem. Masculinity is dangerous and masculinity should be controlled and terminated. Men were told that their masculine leadership was control and domination over women. And this caused for men to stop trying, and we now see men moving away from women and relationships in general. And women, on the other hand, feel unseen, unloved, and are growing bitter and resentful of the frustration that they cannot find a fitting partner. And sadly, the reality is that the polarity that we once had in love has now become a battleground between men and women. And all of us, both men and women, now live in our separate, toxic, unhealthy echo chambers that are just promoting the divide between men and women. Men are blaming women and women are blaming men, while the real issue is disconnection and misunderstanding of each other. Instead of learning to dance together, we have learned to compete against each other. Relationships are supposed to be sacred grounds of love, of respect, of connection, not battlegrounds between men and women fueled by hate and resentment. When we lose empathy and understanding, all that is left is war. The solution is becoming aware of the divide that we have caused and taking responsibility for it and not putting more fuel on the fire, not subscribing to toxic paradigms that only enlarge the divide between men and women, but consciously choose to restore the balance by trying to learn about the other person and trying to approach from love, understanding, and kindness. And from the perspective of feminism, maybe you're a hardcore feminist, please understand that equality was never meant to erase polarity between men and women. It was never meant to turn women into men and to compete against men. Love thrives when we appreciate our differences. And our differences is what makes the world beautiful. You're different than I am. You have a different perspective or a different background than I am. And that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you an interesting person. And that is what we can learn from each other. So we need to start to value each other's differences again and not see them as problems, but see them as something that can empower our connection. And to my ladies, you can still be independent and powerful and strong, but do it balanced with empathy, softness, kindness, and most of all, receptiveness. If you master this, this is a very powerful position to be in as an empowered feminine woman. Learn to lean into your feminine energy. Learn to be strong in your frame as a woman, but be open and receptive. Always have an open, kind heart. And for my man, you can still lead and you can still protect and provide. We should accept your masculine energy fully, but do so from a place of empathy, from softness and kindness. And I don't mean softness as in you need to be submissive, but I mean with an open heart, with understanding, with compassion. And in Zen, this is called non-duality. And what non-duality means in Zen is that opposites are not enemies. They are partners. They're two sides of the same coin and they make each other whole. So this is my call to you to stop to see the other as a threat to your independence or as competition or as the enemy. But let's start seeing each other as mirrors from who we can learn. And that doesn't just mean men and women, but any person in general. A different person is someone who can reflect something back at you, something that you can learn and grow from. And be curious. Try to find this lesson and grow from it. Take every opportunity that you have when you meet a person to use them as a mirror and see what they reflect back at you and see how you can implement that in your life and grow from it to become a better, kinder, more whole person. Now let's make an effort to try and meet the other in understanding, in compassion, and with an open heart, and welcome their differences. See what we can learn from their differences. I think this will be a first step to meeting each other again in polarity. Now, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you thought of the video. It really helps my channel grow and reach a broader and wider audience so that more people can become more conscious and aware of the importance of masculine and feminine energies and the importance of polarity, not only in relationships, but in society at large. Now, if you would like to support my work, I started writing a book. It's called The Shadow Side of Feminism, in where I explore if feminism unintentionally cast a shadow over modern dating and modern man, and what we can do to find each other again in balance and polarity. If you're interested in this, you can sign up for the mailing list in the link in the pinned comment. And also in the pinned comment, you will find other ways that you can support my work, which is hugely appreciated so that I can continue making these videos. Now, if you found this video interesting, it is the third part of a 3-part series about how feminism has destroyed dating or destroyed relationships. If you want to start from the beginning and watch the whole series, make sure to check out this video here. This is part 1 of the series about how feminism has destroyed dating for men. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.